Most children are better based if they're in a family environment. Some children need to be in residential care, and that's the right environment and the right type of placement and support for them. But a lot of children are placed there because either there was no fostering placement available when they needed their initial placement, or they went into residential care and they've actually grown out of the placement itself, and they would benefit from a good family placement. So local authorities are looking now to move children on good care and social work reasons back into families and back into their local areas. The transition from residential care into the fostering household is quite a lengthy process. It would take 4 or 5 weeks of planning and introductions to do it. And the foster care is integral in that process. They get to meet the social workers, they get to meet the therapists, and they also obviously get to meet the young person in the residential setting. That's so they can start building their relationships, start building the friendship with the child. And the child might come over then for afternoon tea or come over and stay the night sometimes, so that is not such a huge shock to them for when they move into their foster home. When children move from residential placements into the fostering placements, sometimes they've had 3, 4 or 5 placement breakdowns beforehand. So one of the carers, and one of the things Debbie experienced first time, was that children have big attachment issues. They're not able to form relationships and form the links with the carers very easily. So a lot of work and a lot of emphasis is put in to make that transition, to make those relationships as smooth and as fulfilling as we possibly can do.
There's a therapeutic input fortnightly, and we're all working as a team. There's 9 hours support a week to support the child. It's been very interesting piece of work. You have to be very committed. There's lots of meetings to attend, school meetings, and then the normal reviews and everything else that you would have with a normal placement. The young person that I have in placement now has contact on a regular basis every month. Previous to that, she hadn't seen her family for 6 months. Now she's in school. She has a work placement in the school canteen. She's really enjoying developing friendships. The rewards for me from a child that's been in a residential setting and moved now into a family placement is the progress that my placement has actually made in the last 6 months. No, I want to make it work. I really do. Every child you have, whether it's a child in residential migration or whether it's a child on an ordinary placement, you're just hoping that they're going to develop and move on to independence.